likes are coming through. Here we go, guys. This is it. This is your grid for today's race. Let's wait and see how everything goes here. Waiting for those lights at the top. It's 5 reds. Green lights at Fuji, and we get 37 laps underway. Let her rip, Tater Chip. Did the field get away nice and cleanly? Everybody's off the line. Good to see. We got Cooper leading the field now up towards the first turn. It's going to be a squeeze as everybody makes the apex of this first turn. Usually you can see some punterino, but that didn't happen this time. Good clean start from the field, and we can get away with things now. Marzan following in second place, but it's getting quite tight down for third, where Cards Fan has things locked out currently, but it's J-Mag and Mikey Mike who are going to go toe-to-toe at the moment. And look at that Mount Fuji in the distance. Beautiful, beautiful. Looks like it was a clean start from the field, and that's what we like to see. And Cooper has maintained the lead early on. Mikey Mike's just let in behind J-Mag there. Great start from the field. You can see J-Mag at the moment just looking for a way through. He might chuck it up the inside in the Corvette. Can't spin on that outside line. I think he's going to get it. Good little move. J-Mag will have secured it, but it's now going to be a pure drag race down this front straight. Also between Marzan and Cooper, as Marzan in that Corvette looks to get Cooper here. This could be the change of lead for the race. No bump drafting as of yet. In behind, they've all stuck where they are. Marzan still doesn't quite have the top end of the Corvette, but the two muscle cars. Here we go. Marzan does get it into the braking zone. Like for like, Cooper now will be chasing Marzan through this second lap. The rest of the field stay close. Down in 13th, we've got Jeeves, who's just holding off Judoka. The Ford GT we saw dominate GTC3. So Jeeves is looking to get similar performance out of the Ford GT today. This is MSP on his teammate Catch. This is down in 10th place. And Catch is chasing Neen Tisto for 8th. We've got to get an update of tyres, so let's get that done. Up the front, we've got Marzan in the softs. It's Cooper also on the medium, so that's an interesting decision. And some good times from Cooper using that slipstream. Softs for J-Mag. Softs also for Mikey Mike. Cards Fan, he's got the mediums on. This is Spec 1, he's also got mediums. Formula, mediums. Hards for Neen Tisto. Mediums for Catch. Mediums for MSP, hards for Love Juice. Mediums for Marcus, Jeeves on the hards, and Judoka also on the hards. So there we go. J-Mag on those softs is leading, not surprising then. Go back. Have a quick replay where Cooper lost the position. Coming into this technical part. In the third sector he went wide. J-Mag took the inside line. As we saw Fuji in the distance, he was then side by side with him, but the Viper didn't have the grip or the getaway. And now it's Mikey Mike's turn to try and get something up on Cooper here. Ford quick off the line. Hopefully he can maintain that pace. Hopefully. Marzan is dominating at the front at the moment. Cooper though, Still looking for a way through. The rest of the field now sort of spreading out. Some competition down in 9th and 10th between the Rockefeller boys. Catch doing a lot to hold off his teammate here. They're free to race, it would seem. We've just got to give each other room, just like the Mercedes boys had to last night. This is Love Juice also in the Viper, which is a favourite now. It used to be the meta of GT Sport was the AMG Mercedes. That has changed since a season ago, a year ago or more. The Viper looks like to be the car to use. As the BOP changes and everything changes around us. Marcus is in that slipstream. Is he going to go for a move into the first turn? He's going to be side by side with the DNA man. And the Rockefeller racer Marcus might get it done. Oh, Love Juice goes a little bit wide. That's compromised a lot for him. And he's lost time. Good move. Back up the front. Got J-Mag just trailing by 8th of a second to Marzan. And Cooper is now down to 4th. Not surprising. He's on the harder tyre. His lap time was a 1:38 last time. In control at the moment, and the guys, everyone actually seems to be in control of this race. Cars fan in 5th. Good, I've got the chat popping up on screen, so you guys we can chat again. Josh, not much going on at all. Andrea, you're right, interesting strats popping up all over the place. All over the place. And Spec 1 might get something here. He's in that Viper. 1:39 last lap from him. At the moment, the gap 3/10 between him and Cards Fan, but look at the slingshot effect. Here we go. Side by side now with Cards Fan. Do love the colour he's picked, but Spec 1 from Rockefeller Racing. Can he get the exit he needs? A little bit of a wiggle. He did have 5th place just for a moment. Cruz, thank you for liking. And it's still side on with these two as they go into the Coca-Cola left-hand bend. Still Spec 1 on the outside. It's going to be hard to take him around the outside through here. Thank you, Brian, for the share. Absolutely awesome support today, guys. Thank you very much. And thank you for following Mitch, GLRD. Welcome along to the family. A new follower popped on screen. Spec 1. Is giving chase, though, to Cards Fan. We thought he had him in the slipstream before. As we look at Mount Fuji once again, rendered in fantastic quality. Cards Fan now has a lot to think about. Where does he place the car? Off camber corner. Everybody just has to sort of line one by one behind each other through here, but sometimes you can get up the inside through here. Cards Fan doesn't take the apex. Spec did. Again, a different line. Cards Fan defending that inside. Going to have quite different lines through here. Spec gets a fantastic exit. Cards Fan compromised on entry and on exit as well. And we get the first of our pit guys coming in. So medium or hard tyre runners can get rid of their tyres now for the first time. And you can see half of the field at the back all slicing into the pit lane. A lot of them went on the medium. We had a few guys on the hard. Is Judoka getting fuel? No, he's not. New rubber boots for the man. The Michelins go on. Quick stop. Back out. Judoka back in 14th. You can see it's just a big long line at the moment. Oh, Love Juice. Thought he went sideways through there. Cold tyres. Jeeves might be able to use that to his advantage. Back up the front, it's Marzan. Attaboy, Robert. Softs at the moment. Fuel check. You can see that is Marzan's fuel. And J-Mag's fuel. And Mikey Mike's fuel. They're all pretty much at the same point. They're on the soft tyre. So we usually see 7-8 laps out of soft. So we'll see how far they go today. Thank you, Eric. Good to have you along, sir. Medium tyres now for Spec. Did he go an extra lap? Softs now for Cooper. So Cooper can start putting in some very quick times, and we know he will. Softs now for Cards fan. Hards for Formula. Softs for MSP. Also for Catch, and he's got Neen Tisto right on his rear bumper. Marcus is in there too. So mediums at the moment for Neen Tisto. Softs now for Marcus. So we're going to expect Marcus to get him. Love Juice on the mediums. Jeeves on the softs. And mediums for Judoka. This is where we're expecting things to change though. So we look for Marcus. He doesn't quite have the top end the guys ahead of him does. But as we switch to Neen Tisto, he's doing well. He's keeping pace with Catch there in 9th. Back further down, Jeeves. There's a very quick Love Juice on his rear. Back up the front, still Marzan leading. The gap's 1.5 seconds at the moment. Things are looking good. J-Mag there in 2nd place. And the gap keeps growing though. Could be Mikey Mike's opportunity very shortly to grab him. We will expect to see maybe some of these guys to come in. So let's see what these front runners do once they hit this front straight. I'm expecting something from them. Marzan looks like he's going to continue on. Going to run 8 laps. J-Mag, the same thing. Mikey Mike does the same. Cooper on the new softs. He is chasing them down. The gap between him and Mikey, 6.3 seconds. His current lap then was a 1:37. As we jump to the front, Marzan just did a 1:38.4. So it's about 0.8 slower at the moment than what Cooper's getting out of his fresh new soft rubber tyres. Cards fan there in 5th place. He's not really bothered at the moment by anyone. Spec One's going to give him good run for his money later on. I am sure of it. Catch is moving up to 7th now as he uses his tyres to his advantage. And things are getting quite busy in this midfield section. This is Neen Tisto. Marcus chucked it up the inside. He saw a bit of an opening, but he couldn't quite fit the Nissan through there. The Volkswagen at the moment still has edge. And MSP in behind Marcus as well, running rear gunner for his teammate ahead. Lots of cars want to get past this man, Neen Tisto. But Puerto Rican E-Racing Club driver looks like he's got things covered for now. Marcus. He's going to get him under braking, surely. No real fight back from Neen Tisto. He let that happen. Again, tyre strategy differing between them. So he's now got MSP to deal with. Judoka has moved up 1 spot into 13th, so he's managed to get around and move up 1 himself as well, which is good to see. So we've got Marzan in for his first pit stop. He's come out on the medium tyres, and he's come out just behind Cooper. Oh no, just ahead of him. He's just come out ahead of Cooper, but Cooper has come out ahead of J-Mag and Mikey Mike. So things looking good for Cooper now. He's already done his medium stint run, and he's made a lot of time already. And he didn't lose too much to this man. So it's going to come down to fuel at some point as well. So these guys on the mediums. Soft tyre for Mikey Mike. So he needs to get through the man ahead of him pretty quickly. Otherwise it will be a bit of a waste of strategy. Let's see if he can't make that happen sooner rather than later. Things are getting tight at the front as well. Marzan will be looking in those rear vision mirrors and planning defensive moves into the following corners. He's He knows he's going to be vulnerable on this next coming straight. Let's see how he deals with it. Cooper, the ever-patient, ever-vigilant driver, knows he's got the advantage here. He just needs to bide his time and get a good exit. It looks like he's done just that. Thank you very much, Axel. Awesome, awesome support there. Thank you for the likes today, guys. Very much appreciated. Cooper, though, couldn't get it done this lap. So, a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Cooper will have to work again a little bit harder this time around. J-Mag still has Mikey Mike with him. And Mikey Mike needs to get through. He needs to get quickly. He needs to get past him. Otherwise, it's going to be a waste of a stint on the soft. Oh, stars again from Axel. Thank you very much, sir. 500 for you. Thank you very, very much. And again, you've sent Mikey Mike into overdrive, but J-Mag had the pullback. And hopefully that has paid the ticket price. Just there, we had J-Mag. He didn't want to hit. He didn't want to take. He didn't want to take that overtake, and he's fought back, done well, and he's put Mikey Mike even at a further disadvantage. But again, thank you very much to Axel, who's gone ahead and donated 500 stars on Facebook. Appreciate that support. Again, guys, you don't have to do that, but it's above and beyond. And you can either support us on Facebook with the stars, there's Super Chat on YouTube, or you can do the Streamlabs URL for the donation if you want. But thank you very much to Axel for that. As Cooper now gives chase, and he's looking for a move. Marzen didn't defend it. It's just a big long straight, a few kilometers. Look at this side-by-side action. Cooper with the grippier tyres will be able to brake a little bit later. Oh, Marzen though gets back up and under. Did not expect that to happen. Beautiful little move from Marzen, and he takes back the lead, and now he puts Cooper in all sorts. It looks like the medium tyre is quite capable here around Fuji. And Autista, you're not wrong, it is a hot, hot race. There we go, Cooper finally gets it done, but not before Marzen gave him back one of his own. Marzen coming alive today. This was the move, as seen from Cooper. He went wide, underneath. And look at the exit Marzen got. Beautiful. Nothing Cooper could do there. Go back on board with him. Cooper leads this one. Marzen hasn't really disappeared. 3/10 the gap. You're not wrong, Axel. There's a reason Marzen's been in the GT World Tours. You're not wrong. And you can see just how more effective that soft tyre is now. Marzen, I don't know if he slipped up a little on the last corner there, but he's lost a lot of time. He almost lost about... It was close to 2 seconds just then, so there must have been something happened. He's been put back into the attack range of third place, J-Mag. Don't know if the man in the Corvette's going to catch him just yet. Not quite. Spec 1 there in 6th place. He is starting to catch the field ahead. So, there could be some stories yet to tell about Spec 1's come back here today. Jeeves is up to 10th place. Jadoka's down in 11th. Tisto fighting at the back of the field at the moment. He's got 12th place going on with him in Formula and Love Juice. Remember, these guys are on the harder tyres. They're getting rid of those harder compounds very quickly. If you are new to this, they've got to run mediums and hard compounds minimum of 5 laps. Look at this, Love Juice. I think he had a better exit, but he couldn't quite find the gap to throw the Viper. And it sort of... His velocity threw him into the back of Neen Tisto's car there. No one really at a disadvantage though. I think Formula's falling off a little bit now. think you're right, Autista. And Arthur saying the green stuff handcrafted by the own hands of the devil himself. Yes, I think Marzan will probably attest to that. And you can see right now, because of that green stuff, it's put him right into the sights of J-Mag and Mikey Mike. Let's see how he deals with this pressure. Here comes Jay in the Corvette. I think he's got a nose ahead, and he does. So J-Mag now ahead of the once race leader Marzan. So he's really, really fallen off there, but the slipstream helping J-Mag push him along there. I'm surprised Cooper has never has Cooper ever gone to a GT World Tour event? Because if he hasn't, he surely deserves to go at some point when they return. On board with third place Marzan, still trying to find a way through past this man J-Mag. Cards fan again in 5th place as we get through the order. Still hasn't got much to deal with, but Spec One is closing that gap as we go on board with him. His last lap 1:38.1 from Spec. So the gap between him and Cards 2.8 seconds, and he's got 13 seconds on his closest rival, MSP3. This is MSP. And Jeeves up to 8th place right now. Catch has fallen to 9th. It's very busy at this back end, but remember, all of these guys have done their hard compounds and medium compounds early on, and they're nowhere near as quick as the soft tyre, which we've seen everyone up the front use. Marcus now in 13th. Formula, look at this, he's darting left to right. We've got a few of the guys coming in, getting rid of tyres. Jeeves is in, Chidoka's in. Could be a move on. Oh, Formula doesn't quite have the up and go in that Porsche. And Fuji will be at a disadvantage for these guys today because they don't quite have that top line speed. But that Viper from Love Juice, expecting good things a little bit later on. Jeeves is back down to 13th and Chidoka there in 14th. Cooper leading 1.9 seconds, so that little slip and slide from Marzan has meant the gap hasn't really changed since. Marzan looks like he's changed tyres. He's on some hard tyres right now. Cooper on some softs. Cooper will be coming in shortly. Probably not this lap, though. No, it will be this lap. Alrighty. So J-Man comes in, gets rid of the mediums. And that leaves Mikey Mike out there at the moment. So we've got a huge swath of strategy being played out today. Soft tyres come off for Cooper. And it's new hard tyres now, so both Marzan and Cooper on the hards. Mikey Mike goes through on softs. Hard tyres for J-Mag. Marzan there on hard tyres. I think Marzan lost a little bit of time again through that stop. We'll have to wait and see how it all pans out once he gets back onto the soft tyres. Hard tyres for Cards Fan. Spec One's also on the hards. Soft tyres now for MSP. Catch back on the softs. Neatest on the softs. So expect these guys to start catching the guys ahead now. Soft tyres for Formula. Ooh, massive slide going on there. Marcus frothing at the moment now to have a go around, but it didn't quite work out for him. There's Jeeves also on softs and Chidoka. So as you can see, a lot of the drivers now have done their mandatory tyres. Mikey Mike leads by 5.4 over Cooper, who at the moment's on hard tyres. So is J-Mag and Marzan. battle now in the back end that we're waiting to see how this one all pans out. Catch at the moment, 8th place. He's got Neen Tisto just behind him, and Neen Tisto usually fights is a bit of a ninja in these races. Sometimes you don't see him up the front until the very end of the race. It's usually his strategies that help him out. So go on board with Love Juice. You can look at this; they're all following each other now for the slipstream. Formula trying to get Marcus off his backside. Love Juice trying to get Formula off his backside. The slipstream is a huge, huge effect here at Fuji. Brings Formula back into contention. It also brings Marcus into contention. So the racing now starts to heat up a little bit as we hit lap 16. Love Juice might be in some trouble here. Just wait and see what Formula can put together. Love Juice, I think, does have the advantageous car, especially for that front straight. Hearing Neen Tisto's targeting P6. We'll have to wait and see. He's up to 8th at the moment, so it's looking good. This is where I think Love Juice might get beaten here a little bit. Let's wait and see what Formula can do. As Neen Tisto actually slots into the pit lane this time. Into the first corner we go. Everyone's a lot closer this time round. Formula does go for the move. Oh, does he make it? Oh, he goes off a little wide. Big shame for Formula because he's lost another spot out of that. And Marcus, though, moves up into 9th. On board with Formula. Oh, he's gonna make contact with Love Juice there. He was a little bit too quick, wasn't it? But he did the right thing, avoided contact and got back on the track, but not before Marcus got back ahead. So Cooper down into second, still as Mikey Mike leads. The gap has sort of stayed around that 6 second, 7 second mark. J-Mag. So Mikey Mike comes in. Here we go. Let's see where Mikey Mike comes out after all this. This is Mikey Mike back out into 3rd place. He's going to be almost side on with J-Mag, and there is Marzan on the hard tyres currently, chasing down Mikey Mike. A little bit of a slip and slide on the exit of the first turn. Mikey Mike went the softs, so Mikey Mike should have the pace at this point to catch everybody. And hopefully he'll be able to do that. He's going to go it. J-Mag, Mikey, side by side now. And those soft tyres have got too much performance. And J-Mag just had to let that happen. That is the difference between soft and hard tyres. Grip and pace. And even confidence under braking. It's Mikey Mike side by side with J-Mag. He held the outside line, but you can see inside, got the brakes on, and was able to get away and build a bit of a gap before it even made the apex. It's now up to Cooper now. 2 seconds the gap at the front. And welcome if you're watching on Twitter. Just managed to get that to work, so you can now watch the streams on Twitter when we go live now. So we've got Facebook, Twitter, Twitch and YouTube. Marzan getting fuel, and he's going onto the soft tyres now, so he falls to 8th place. Side by side with Tisto. Oh, Marzan and Tisto, they're on the same team, but definitely not teammates at this point. And Jeeves almost got ahead of Marzan there. So and again Marzan overdriving slightly, and it's hurting his exits on some of these corners. Look at this. This is where things will get very interesting in this race. Don't forget, and thanks again to everyone's support tonight. Don't forget, if you liked what you watched, don't forget to like, share and subscribe as well. We got the SFR at the moment every Monday, and this Friday actually is the return of ACC, the GT3 Pro Series with FNL1, so don't forget to tune in for that if you can. I'll have the event up this week, and I'll fill out the calendars this week as well. I'll fill out the whole season calendar actually, which you can find on demo1garage.com. But as this race starts to heat up, as we hit lap 19, Mike's leading, Cooper's coming out, he's on soft tyres. I think he's got a lot of gap, he does. J-Mag's getting fueled up. Catch goes through into the pits. Then Tisto's coming. Marzan's chasing him. We've got overtakes galore happening down this front straight. And it's going to be Marzan on Tisto. He's done the job, and I think Judoka got to move on Jeeves. So it's a double overtake. Teammate on teammate, and that's Tisto doing exactly what Marzan did last time through. But this man Judoka got the move done. Look at that. Look at that slipstream. That's a slingshot activated right there for him. It was too easy. You can see just ahead, that was the move happening ahead of us, but Judoka had it well and truly in the bag before the apex. So the racing 2x2 at the moment. Cardspan down to 8th. Formula's in 9th. Got two Rockefeller boys racing each other, Marcus and MSP. Marcus does it inside. MSP has to let that one through. Spec 1's in 12th. We're hoping to see Spec 1 push forward a little bit tonight. Love Juice there in 13th. And Catch is now in 14th, but it's very, very busy at the back end of this grid. There are cars everywhere. For Mike, though, things are looking good. That Volkswagen has done him proud tonight. Almost 7 seconds ahead of Cooper. J-Mag there in 3rd, and then it's Marzan, who now is starting to get a little bit of a distance on his teammate Tisto. Chiefs comes into it. And this is Formula. Everyone's slipstreaming each other. And it looks like Spec 1 has been overtaken by Love Juice. So that slipstream, again, not working for some, working for others. This was Spec 1. He was ahead of him at the start of the straight, but halfway through, hit the start-finish line, things change very quickly. Clean move from the man, Love Juice. Spec 1 still give him chase at the moment. It's a good race. What are we at? Lap 21 to 37, so things are coming to a conclusion very shortly. We've had most of the drivers now rotate through, if not all of them rotate through their mandatory compounds, but we've still got a few who will have to take fuel. Mikey Mike, is he one of them? Let's have a look. I think Mikey Mike is one of them. Quarter fuel, that's not gonna, I don't think that's gonna get him to the end. Cooper might need fuel too. And there you can see J-Mag has taken a little bit of fuel. So Marzen comes through. I think Nintisto, no, Judoka, Jeeves are coming in, so the DNA guys follow each other into the pit lane. They'll definitely be taking fuel. Marcus now. Look at this. Tucked in behind him is Love Juice. It's 2 moves in 2 laps. Out comes Jeeves out of the pit lane, almost side by side next to these 2 guys. Love Juice got the move. Jeeves now has a bit of work to do. Jeeves will be looking to get around him somehow, but when or where is going to be the question. He's on some fresh rubber, some mediums this time, so not the quick tyres. Look at the exit he had there, though. Put Marcus to shame, the exit speed he had. Marcus was a little bit slow getting away. But Marcus being on the softs does have that advantage of grip and performance, and you get, there you go, that's the difference it makes. Getting away, Marcus just shot away like a bullet. There's not much Jeeves could do about it. Spec 1's also starting to pressurise the man in the 4GT. He's getting tight, he's getting close. There's no one behind him though. That's worrying him about. Look at this. Spec 1, 138.0. Look at this now again, the train following each other left to right as they try and break that toe. The slingshot, here we go. Is it going to be close enough? Oh, not quite. Not quite. Spec 1 was tantalisingly close to an overtake then. Didn't quite work for him. Back up front, we got Mikey Mike from GTCQ. His gap is dropped to about 5.3. So you can see he's the closest car to him is Cooper. Oh, I think he's starting to run a little bit low on grip now. Might see him coming to the pit shortly. I don't know when his next stop's going to be, but I'm sure it's going to be very soon. This lap. Cooper won't be this lap either. J-Mag now ahead of Marzen by 5.8. This is Marzen in 4th place. He's got his teammate Nintisto there for support. He's aiming for a top 5 tonight. Nintisto, I think, is going to cut away into the pit lane here. See what he does as he enters. His team will be ready. Soft tyres coming off. And fuel going in. It's the hold up. You can't see the fuel man, but you can guarantee that's what's happening. And it is. He comes out in 11th place now. Could be 12th because Judoka could be right beside him. And he is. Again, we've had some very close exits. Nintisto's had just that with the man Judoka. And he's lost another spot, so he's to 12th now. Oh, the racing's been absolutely phenomenal today. I don't know what you guys have, how much you've enjoyed it at home, but there has been... I haven't been able to really pick what's going to happen in this midfield at all. It is so close. Nitisto, Jeeves, Judoka. Which one of them gets in front of whom? And again, welcome along if you just joined us. Don't forget, Demo 1 Garage. Every time we go live, we're live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and now Twitter. Twitter is at Demo1G if you're on Twitter. But thanks again to Axel for the support tonight with the stars on Facebook. Absolutely appreciate going above and beyond. If you want to do so. Before we get there, look at this racing though. Judoka doesn't know where to put the car. Somehow Nitisto's slotted in the middle. Jeeves has lost out. Judoka somehow kept 10th place. I don't think it's going to be the same as when we get to the end of this straight. And Nitisto puts on a huge show of racecraft and persistence. And there he's done it. Didn't expect that this lap, but wow, that looked Hollywood coming out of that last turn. Let's have a look at it again. Look at things. Look at the gap run he got on. Judoka did well to block them both, but yeah, there was not much else that was going to happen. Bit of bump drafting going on with Nitisto and Judoka, because he knew he still had that top end by the time we got to the end. And that's exactly what happened. Under braking. Too easy. And he's now into 10th place ahead of Judoka. Mikey Mike's continued on now. Lap 26. We're getting close to the end. This is Cooper chasing him down. Marzen there in 4th place. Things are looking pretty settled for these guys. Then it's Love Juice up to 6 now. He's got Formula there with him. Formula darts to the inside. Love Juice might go a little bit wide, deep. We've seen him do that a few times tonight, but he maintains that 6th spot. And that is Spec 1. He is not too far away. It'll be a speculative effort if he went from there, but he's definitely going to be a lot closer at the end of this lap. You can see behind him Nitisto and Judoka, and he is chasing down both Formula and Love Juice now as we hit lap 26. And I think Spec 1 could be in for a top 6 finish here. It wasn't looking like that, but you know, the pit stops and the strategy have definitely confused things a little bit, but we're getting there. And as I was saying before, I was interrupted by some overtakes before. If you want to support us, you can do so with the Facebook stars, the super chat on YouTube if you're watching from there, or you can go to the Streamlabs donate, which is streamlabs.com/Josh Gayen, which is my name. And yeah, but thanks again for tuning in and liking and sharing if you've done that tonight. I very much appreciate the support, guys. Helps us go a long way. And don't forget, if you want other stuff, thank you Melendez as well for sharing, and Utel for following, Brent for liking the stream. We've got Sim Racing Podcast, got episode 2 now up on YouTube, Facebook and Spotify, Caster, Google Podcasts, wherever you watch from or listen from. This is Love Juice. He's making his way through the field now. And if you haven't been to the website, we do have a few articles up there to read if you want to read about some opinions and articles about sim racing. Axel's chucked in another 100 stars. Thank you very much, Axel. That takes your total to 600 tonight. Absolute legendary support there, sir. Thank you. Spec 1. You can see everything's condensing now from Spec 1's point of view. Love Juice leads this little train. And we're waiting to see some overtakes in play very shortly. Cooper's come in for fuel. And tyres, I'd imagine. Love Juice. Is he going to be beat by Formula in behind? Formula so far yet hasn't been able to find a way through. Might find up the inside this time. He should have just stayed in behind. He does. He goes back in there. Spec 1 will take the slipstream of Love Juice. Dean Tisto takes the slipstream of him. So, here we go. Formula had to peel away to the pits. Dean Tisto not quite close enough to Spec. I tell you what, Love Juice was given a lifeline then with Formula having to pit. Because if Formula was there, I think Spec would have been able to get ahead of Formula and possibly slow Dean Tisto down. But now Dean Tisto's right on the back of Spec 1 and, well, that could jeopardise his opportunity at catching the 6th place driver. Look at this, Dean Tisto up the inside. Surely he's not going to be doing it on the outside through here. He's done it. Did not expect to see that happen at all. Spec 1, a little bit surprised. He gets the little bit of oversteer. And he's lost the spot. And Judoka now comes through. Is he going to defend the inside? No, he's going to let Judoka go. So Spec 1's lost another spot. Judoka tried to get up the inside of Dean Tisto there too. Would have also given him a bit of a surprise. So a lot happening here on lap 28. But all, by the way, Axel, you're on a 2-week streak for stars. So I think you're one of maybe 2 people that have done that on Facebook. The only other person who would have had a 2-week streak with donations would be Zero, who does super chats on YouTube. So you're in an elite group at the moment. Thank you very much, sir, also for the just continual support that you give. But Marzan comes out in 4th. Soft tyres, full fuel to the brim. He should make it to the end. Mike's going to have to take fuel. So that's going to put him behind Cooper probably. Yeah, Cooper's got fuel. So J-Mag got fuel. So does this man, Marzan. Cards van. And Dean Tisto also got the fuel they need. Judoka doesn't, unfortunately. Spec 1 does, so that could bring Spec 1 back into play. Yeah, I haven't had a boom clip that moment for a while, have I? Well, I don't stream me playing anymore. And trying to keep it all content. I suppose me playing is content, but I haven't really played very often. I've decided to put more effort into writing and creating videos and making the podcast and researching that stuff. And then in my off time, I've been playing Overwatch on PC. I used to play it on the PS4, but it was $30 and I was like, you know what? I'll start again on the computer and we'll go from there. So, because I'm getting rid of the PS4. And anyway, I found out there's way more people playing on the PC than PS4, so it just made more sense that way. Because as many as you, I don't know if all of you know. Oh, welcome, Zero. We were just talking about you, actually. But welcome. What was I saying? What was I saying? Something about playing Overwatch. Yeah, as many as you might not know, but after the PS4 and we switched to PS5, I'm not switching to PS5 straight away. Well, not unless I can get the PS5 sort of funded, so to speak, if I can make enough money to fund a PS5. Because we've got a lot of content coming up on PC with ACC, and then there'll probably be a switch to F1 on the PC. Whatever else is happening, probably more iRacing, Race Room if we can. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with the console side straight away. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there, guys. I don't know. I don't know what your plans are. I know if you've seen the latest podcast, episode 2, you would have seen my thought process on the whole situation. So if you haven't seen that and you're wondering what I'm talking about, it's the number 2 podcast. Like I said, you can catch it on Spotify, Caster, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, or you can watch the video on YouTube and Facebook. We've got a real good race happening here, though, between 8th, 9th and 10th Formula. We're on lap 30 or 37. Things is coming to a close. And at the moment, Formula, he had to slice off last lap, but he's come back out into another bit of racing action. Tisto's in the pits this time. Judoka's going to slice off Marcus. He's not going to be able to block the run. And Judoka's done the job this time round. Turn 1 has proved a lot of great little overtakes today. Formula is close, but not close enough. The 911 driver. Oh, look at that. Searching for grip through there. Only lifting slightly. A little bit too close to the inside. Formula almost touched the grass then. That would have been game over for him. Oh, he's taking a lot of apex. He's really putting the pressure down on Marcus here. Judoka's been given the opportunity to get away, but Formula puts that pressure on. Marcus searches for a defensive line. Whoa, what's going on then? Marcus has gone deep. Very, very deep. Oh, he's been reset. That's a huge moment for Marcus. Big, big moment. Oh, he went to avoid an accident. It's such a shame he got reset. He did cut a little bit too much. That sucks. I mean, normally any other race you'd be okay with that because of what happened, but the game's reset him. See you later, Josh. We'll catch you some other time, sir. Cooper leads 11.2 seconds. He did the right thing. We'll give him that. We've seen it before. It was just the game didn't like the way he returned, even though there was nothing wrong with it. J-Mag now getting chased down by Marzan. We've got 6 laps to go. Can Marzan do the impossible and chase down J-Mag from second? The gap's only 2.1, so he is close. He needs to get just a little bit closer to start getting that slipstream toe that he would want down that front straight. He'll have another 5 goes at it. He's pushing hard though. Look at him. He's really pulling him in this time. J-Mag isn't quite as quick this time round. Here we go. Marzan gives chase. 1.9 seconds now. Cooper's at the front, away by J-Mag by 11. But that Marzan character from Puerto Rican E-Racing Club is going to be probably a thorn in J-Mag's side this time. 33 or 37. The laps keep counting down. I don't know if there's going to be enough for J-Mag. It's going to be definitely tight. J-Mag, he's best to just keep looking at what's going on ahead of him and not worrying about the time, and just keep looking for those apexes now. And then when Marzan does eventually get there, just make his car as wide as he can. Mikey Mike's down there in 4th. He's 4 seconds away from Marzan. Kartsfan's in 5th. He's been there consistently today. Tisto's in 6th. 9 seconds away from Kartsfan. That top 5 finish, probably not going to get that. Spec One's there in 7th though. He's pushed his way forward. Judoka still ahead of Formula. This is Love Juice. He's chasing them. The gap between them, 1.3, is catching them a little bit. This is Jeeves. MSP will have him. But Jeeves should have the advantage down the front straight. I'd imagine the 4GT would. I'm not sure MSP will be able to do much about that, but let's see what he can put together this time round. He's a lot closer. 7/10 now. He's within the toe. So MSP's looking good to maybe take 11th this lap. Let's see how effective it is for him. Didn't quite happen, did it? Jeeves had the exit. He's breaking the toe effectively. And MSP will stay 12th. The gap now 1.3. As we go back to the front. Things are looking dire. But J-Mag looks like he's got things in control for now. 1.2, 1.3. It's sort of hanging around that zone. Welcome along, everybody. You're going to enjoy. This should be an interesting finish. And once again, I'll just remind everyone, don't forget, you can watch live every time we go live on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube now. So Twitter is @Demo1G is the handle if you're a Twitter. Been quite active on there lately, so get on there and give us a follow, or we'll follow you back, and we can talk about all things. All things different happen on Twitter. There's a lot that happens there, so if you're into it, you can even follow the stream there if you want. Marzen, though, catching up. He's brought it in within a second now, so Marzen's looking good. Just needs to get a good exit. Let's take a look at the tyre strat, the fuel strat. Let's see where things are at. This is Marzen's. He's on softs. And you can see the tyre wear is a lot more for J-Mag, so surely Marzen's going to have the upper edge here. But J-Mag's going to be hard to beat. A little bit wide. 7/10 though is in the toe range. Nine tenths, 7/10, Marzen now. Surely Marzen can get it done. So we go back to check the rest of the field. Spec 1's there in 7th. Judoka, Formula, and Love Juice. These two have been going on and on all race. And Love Juice now. Formula surely might be able to tuck a nose on the inside, but the Porsche 911 again doesn't quite have the top end. He gets a little bit of a push through on exit. And Formula right on the edge of grip, right on the edge of legality. But he really wants to find a way past. Love Juice doing a fine job of defending. Back up to second. 9/10 the gap. Here we go. The slingshot's on for Marzen. We're on lap 36 at 37. We're on the penultimate lap right now. J-Mag's done a fine job of holding things together. He's got one more after this. This is Love Juice. Here we go. And again, that Porsche is in the slipstream. He's going to come out of it. He's going to probably lose that top end pull that he had and that advantage, because I think that Viper might just have him. Has he got a nose ahead at the braking point? He does. Formula with the inside. It's going to delay the turn in. He might get the up and under Love Juice here. Oh, a little bit of a slide on the exit. Oh, he's just gotten out of that one in time. Love Juice, one out. Let's have a look. This is how things look between them. And it was looking good for Formula. Inside line, Love Juice. And then on exit, don't think there was any contact there at all. Formula falling back in behind. We'll go back to the live action. We can see things have changed. That's where it happened. So Lovejuice now in 10th place. He's going to get the slipstream on the last lap, but he needs to stay close. We're on the last lap now. Marzan doing all he can to get into that toe because J-Mag doesn't want to have anything to do with it. And he's so much closer this time round. He's 2/10 the gap. And this is for second place. J-Mag, his tyres are a lot older. They've been used a lot more. Marzan, he's got a little bit more grip. He just needs to find that advantage. Has he sized up his opponent enough? Come on. Who's it going to be for second place? Inside, look at the grip he's got through there. J-Mag still ahead, gives him just enough room. He's going to go for the up and under, surely. A little bit of a slide for J-Mag. J-Mag's looking a little bit vulnerable. Marzan, he's going to go the outside line. J-Mag's going to have the inside through here. Too wide through. Inside line turns to Marzan this time. Oh, he's been squeezed, but that was great racing. The two of them. Marzan just needs to find a way through. Can he get up the inside? Or is he going to go around? He's going to go a different route. You can see Cooper on the front straight. Marzan still can't find a way through. Surely on the last corner, he's not going to be able to make it happen. Marzan finally gets ahead of J-Mag. Cooper's taken the win. But it's going to be Marzan from J-Mag. Will he stay ahead before the line, though? He's got to block the run. It's going to be super tight between the two of them. There's nothing in it. 1/100th of a second was between Marzan and J-Mag. Incredible finish. And it was Cards Fan comes across in second. Mikey Mike got fourth. Neen Tisto will take you through to sixth. These two, though, incredible finish. Incredible. How tight was that? How tight was that? That was one of the closest finishes we've seen. Marzan got in by 1/100th of a second. Spec 1 got 7th, Judoka, then it was Lovejuice, Formula, MSP, Catch got 12th, Jeeves and Catch not too far apart, and Marcus will take 14th today after that little spin. Unfortunately, he finishes in 14th, but dominant win from Cooper. And we're going to have the interviews now, so don't go anywhere. We're going to talk to these guys. But what a race. What a race. So well done to Cooper. This is your results today. Cooper winning in the Viper. Marzan J-Mag. Let's talk to them. What a finish. What a finish. You're not wrong. That's the closest one we've had in a long time here. Let's get them on the blower and have a chat with our race finishers and our winners. Just wait around for them. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know I did. That was, wow. What a finish at the end of the day. That was worth waiting around for, surely. That was worth everything and the ticket price. And Axel, I think that was a boom. Clip that moment if I ever have seen one. Well, that will increase Cooper's lead in the championship. Here he is, Cooper. Well done. Increasing the lead in the championship. You changed to the Viper. Looks like everything worked well for you today.
Wait, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Okay. Yeah. I like the change that I made. Switching to the Dodge. I feel consistent with it. I really feel like this car is probably one of the top five cars on GT. Good tires, good fuel. Very good on starts. Pretty much solved my problem on starts.
Yeah.
Um, so I all I had to do was just keep it on the track and be consistent all day. Um, didn't really do much practice before the race, so I was kind of nervous, but glad I came away with a W.
Yeah, you came out behind, I think it was Marzan after your first stop, or one of your second stops.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're behind him for a little bit. I don't know if that was giving you a bit of a worry.
a little bit, but I had to when the gap was there, I had to go for it. Um, sometimes in those situations, you have to try and do that, or you're gonna lose a lot of time. And it's kind of the reason why I didn't put fuel in the car for I think it was my third soft stint because I wanted to try and increase the gap
Yep.
on both J-Mag and Marzan. So, because I knew if he had took fuel, his lap times would be probably a little bit slower than mine because it's just the fuel weight. So, um, yeah, I just had to change my strategy after that.
Well, it worked out, and yeah, he's like I said, got the win, and even more points for you on the championship. So it's looking good. Well done.
Thank you.
And then it was Marzan by 100th of a second. That was looking close there at the end, dude. I it was looking good because J Mag's tires were looking old, but yeah, you left it late. You left it late.
Yeah, it was pretty close. At least I can say that we did a good show there, the podium.
Good show indeed. It was man, it was everyone enjoyed that one. Yeah, you must have been. I don't know what you was going through your head. Surely you were just like, I'm just gonna have to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, at the final 5 laps, I think it was, I thought that if I keep pushing, I might catch him. But honestly, I couldn't believe it because I honestly thought that I couldn't do it. So I just went for it. But I don't know. I thought that J Mac will be like second place. So it pretty surprised me that I managed to get him. But he did a perfect race. I mean, I was improvising a little bit, and I did a little mistake in the field because I have enough fuel to race GTC2.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, he was racing very consistent. I mean, I was watching the gap all the time, and he was extremely consistent.
Yeah, especially at the end, that gap didn't seem to drop at all. It was sitting around, I don't know, 1.3, 1.5, whatever it was at, and it just wouldn't drop. But you did get him in the end, so second place is all yours. That was well done. Good show.
Yeah, thank you, man. It's good to be back.
It's good to have you back as well. It's been a few weeks, I think.
Yeah, some personal stuff going, but finally I'm back.
Have you been on ACC yourself? Because I know a lot of GT Sport guys have tried that. Now it's on console, or have you not had the time?
Definitely. Yeah, I have been like trying a few races there. Just all my free time there, and definitely it's a good sim. Yeah,
definitely is. Maybe we'll see you on it soon. Maybe when the Ferrari competition comes to your part of the world instead of just Europe, might see you guys try out for it.
See. Yeah, let's hope that.
Well, J-Mag, third place. Dude, it looked like it was all yours up until the last corner. As Marzan said, you were super consistent, but in the end, it just wasn't enough, was it?
No, unfortunately, major congratulations to Cooper. Hell of a race to be finishing 15 seconds. I mean, goodness gracious. He's a top driver for Volkswagen for a reason, and FIA, so he's incredible. And Marzan, good to be racing with you again. It's been forever, I guess. I think since Spa, since I've raced with you. So that was awesome. I totally botched the start. That's where I think I lost so much time. And then I was able to get around, I'm trying to think, Hartsvan and Cooper.
Yep.
But then I caught Marzan's slip, and then I made like a huge mistake and just lost the slip. So the start and, the beginning laps, I think that's where I lost my chance to get second. I was able to settle down and put down some consistent laps later on. And I was pushing really hard those last few laps. I think when I started the last stint, I saw that Marzan was catching me about a couple tenths a lap, and it's like, oh god, I gotta stop the bleeding. So it was weird. I overfueled on that last stint, but all of a sudden it still was like more than half a lap short on the next lap. So I went into fuel saving mode for the next few laps, and I think that also hurt. But hey, it is what it is. I'm just happy to be keeping up with Marzan. He's incredibly fast too. So.
Well, you did have older tyres at the end, so I think that was your just the one disadvantage you had to deal with. But I thought you had him. I really did.
Yeah, I wanted to actually have the track position. If anything, I didn't want Marzan to undercut me, so that's why I kind of stretched the 10 laps on the softs at the end. If I had to replay it, I probably would have stretched actually the medium 7 laps. I went 6 laps on the mediums.
Yeah, I thought you might have gone a little bit longer.
And then actually paid dividends because that gained me some time with Marzan, unfortunately, when he went to the hards. Might have been different if he went to the softs immediately, but yeah, I gained some time there for sure. So, but yeah, I'm still happy to be on the podium, and I drove my heart out. So, man, I gave it everything I could.
You did, and third place isn't bad at all. I mean, you get some good points for yourself, and you're looking healthy in the championship too. So it's going to be tight, I think, when we get to the end.
Yeah, I don't know what tracks are coming up next, but obviously I'm looking forward to the future races. If the racing's like this, I mean, it's going to be fun.
So am I, and I think everyone else watching will be too. So, yeah. What about you? You on ACC, or are you just sticking with GT Sport at the moment?
I haven't actually touched ACC. I bought it for PS4, and then I've got to get for the PC as well.
Yeah.
I was trying to focus on FIA and not be distracted with that. I even got F1 2020, but I've literally not touched them because I'm just focusing on FIA and this. So, yeah, now with FIA out of the way, I'll probably be spending some time on ACC as well.
Well, there you go. Oh, well, cool. Got everyone jumping on it. Well, yeah, good racing today, guys. And, yeah, GTC1 proved to be the top again. You guys, such a strong field. And, yeah, you prove it each week while you're up the top. So, well done.
Thank you, Josh.
No worries. But, yeah, thanks again, everyone watching. And thanks to Cooper, J-Mag and Marzan for having a chat. But that will be it, guys. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks to Axel for chucking in the stars there today, hitting 600, I think you did, sir. So thank you very much. What a finish, though. That was worth tuning in for. Don't forget as well, like I said, you can watch us Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and now Twitter or Periscope. I don't know what I am on Periscope. Must be at Demo1G as well, the same thing. But thanks again. Don't forget, if you liked what you saw, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe and share if you've got some friends who like some good sim racing. But that does us for today. Friday night is the return of ACC on PC with the GT3 Pro Series. I'm looking forward to that. So we'll see you then for that. Keep an eye out on the website, demo1garage.com. I'll fill out the calendar this week. I'll fill out the entire season. And you can plan your schedule for the next few weeks. But until then, F1 returns too. That's what it is. So until then, good night, good day, have a good week, keep safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.